Welcome everyone to another episode of Dice and Brushes. Today we're going to go over real quick Pack 2 of the Warhammer Imperium magazine. And before I get to the magazines themselves, you will get a separate pack with some plastic glue, actually a very good pair of clippers, and the GW scraper tool. I've always used a simple little $1 Swiss blade myself, but you know what, I'll give it a try. I'll see if this works. And in the various packs we have the, it helps if I went the right direction there. There we go, the Retributor armor, the Corax white, some Abaddon black, always good. Some Mechanicus standard gray. And then finally for paints, we have the Lead Belcher, which for me is the main color I'm painting up my Necrons. So with issue number 4, this is the one with the Scopec Destroyers. It has some lore bits on them. Name them, directions for how to build them, a little bit about painting them, and just a little end scenario. And this basically continues all throughout with each issue. So again, these are pressed to fit Scopec Destroyers, including the bases, just like the Indominus box set. So there's the first part there. Then issue number 5. This is for the captain. That can only be gotten through this magazine. Again, we have the same basic loadout on each issue. Name, some lore. I especially like that section right there, especially for new players. Directions how to build. Some painting, and of course another scenario. Then for that one, this is not a press to fit model. This is a regular glue it all kit. And that one will be going to Brett, and in return Brett is giving me all the Necron stuff from this magazine. So when everything's said and done, I'll have 4,000 points of Necrons just from this. So issue number 5, this is the one about the Flamestorm aggressors. Again, similar directions, painting, scenario. You get the gist of it. I'm not going to repeat myself over and over again. And of course, these are locked to the Flamestorm aggressors. You cannot get the Boltstorm version here. Not sure how well that's shown. There we go. It's starting to show up on camera a little bit better. There. And of course, the bases are all pressed to fit as well. Put that in the pile for Brett. And then for the last actual issue itself, issue number 7. This is a lot more into painting, so they get more detailed. They have a name generator for both Space Marines and Necrons. And this one is a lot more lore filled. Now you can see them getting more detailed into the painting aspects than they have in previous editions. It actually starts to look like something that a lot of people will put on the tabletop. And of course, another scenario at the end. So this is I'd say this is very good for new players, especially to get a good idea of the 40k lore. Let's see, then next up, speaking of lore, we have a more in-depth about the Necron Dynasties, how they work, how they're structured, and some very nice GW models on display on that. Then finally, because no one is complete without a battlefield, we have a tiny little board, double-sided, printed, for, I'd say it'd be good for just some squad-on-squad little testing. Maybe a 500 point you could probably get away with on here, but I wouldn't go any higher than that. This is a good size for what they were able to fit, but overall, I'm really liking how they're doing this magazine, not magazines. Yep, same thing. You get the idea. Definitely geared towards newer players rather than old players, but with the extreme discounts on the products, I'd say it's worth it to subscribe to the Premier or the Premium membership, even if you just want to say sell those models on the secondhand market later on down the road. It's definitely better if you actually want to start looking at different armies that you don't have, because there's Space Marines, there's the, let's get this up. There we go. We got Space Marines, we got Mechanicus, we'll have Sisters of Battle. Fully half of the army that you receive here is Necrons. And so I would definitely recommend this to anybody who's, again, starting off, or like me, they are just starting like a Necron collection. If you have someone to split this with, like I do with Brett, he gets all the Imperium, I get all the Necrons, and it makes it all the more worthwhile. So, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and as we keep saying, get your shit painted.